Are you tired of feeling like your energy crashes halfway through the day? Or like your nutrition is holding you back and not fueling your potential? I get it. I've been there. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Michael Feulner, doctor of chiropractic, transformational coach, and elite level athlete for over 30 years. I've been helping people design plans to create the life they deserve and the life they want. Welcome to Live Life Alive. Here, we help you overcome those obstacles and create the life you deserve to be living. Like I've stated before, and I state to many of my clients that I speak to, you really need to set up a plan, and sticking to that plan and developing it is more than just one thing. You need to set up your nutrition first and be getting the fuel you need. It's not just about your macros. It's about fueling your energy, fueling your brain, fueling your body, your mind, about getting through the day successfully. Not just eat this and eat that, don't eat this, and there we have a plan. That's a huge part of it, and people need to fuel their potential, and that's giant, and people need to understand that, but it's only one part of the plan. From there, we need to look at what your exercise levels are and how that affects everything you do. And that's not just lifting weights. That's not, it could be as simple as walking around the block, put it that way. It's just movement. And that's, we need to start with that, see where you are and see where we need to get to. And from where we begin, we can move forward. Okay. To give you a snapshot of what my day is like, I wake up and I hydrate myself with alkaline filtered water. Sometimes I'll add a little sea salt to that, little lemon. And after that, I have a good smoothie, a nice clean protein powder, some greens. Sometimes I'll throw a little oatmeal in there. Got a little trick with that. And so, yeah, and then move from there. And that starts to get my body going, get your metabolism going, and then heading in the right direction. From there, I get on with my day. As we roll around to lunchtime, I'll have some good lean protein, add some good greens to that, maybe a little starch, good clean starch. One thing you will notice as I'm telling you all this, and actually to that meal also add a little good fat like avocado or olive oil. One thing you'll notice is that none of the foods I'm putting in or I'm consuming are processed. There's no sugars. And these are things we work towards. Everybody doesn't start at that point, but it's, again, it's important to know where you start so we can move from there. As we move on to later in the day and we get to dinner, what I'll have with that, again, is a good lean protein source, a little less than lunch, except I won't really have starch, but I'll have greens. Greens are good fibrous carbohydrates. With that, a good fat like avocado, olive oil, or an oil and vinegar dressing if I'm making a salad. And yeah, I'll sprinkle a little shredded cheese on there because I like cheese. You know, you don't have to keep yourself from having things you like if you're doing everything else you like. If the majority of things you're doing are great, keep doing that, and you can have these little things. And then sometimes later at night, I'll have myself a little dark chocolate or a glass of wine because I feel like it. And you need to actually keep a good outlook with wellness, and you need to be happy. This shouldn't feel like a prison sentence. It shouldn't feel like torture. You know, this should fit your lifestyle to move forward. Some people can hit the straight and narrow, and whatever you need to do, they can do it. But that's a different breed of person, and that's what we need to figure out. Are you that kind of person, or are you the person that needs to really take their time getting to where they need to get? One of the biggest things in realizing this is it's all about consistency. You know, and you want to be consistent with what you're doing. You want to be consistent with the food you're taking in. You want to be consistent with your movement. These are all very important in developing these habits that really get you to a point that you're able to just, without thinking, do these things and eat correctly. You wake up looking forward to these things. You know, I'm not going to address the whole intermittent fasting thing right now. That's a whole nother talk. But we can talk about that at a later date. What also needs to go into that is your mindset. How do you feel about what you're doing? Are you embracing what you're doing, or are you trying to get away with not doing it? These are very important things. You know, are these becoming habits? Are you repetitively doing these things? And that's, again, the consistency in there. And that's what will develop these habits. Are you consistent with these changes, with these things you need to do to increase the health benefits of what you're doing and increase many things? Always need to remember your body does not want to be sick. It doesn't want to be in pain. It doesn't want to be overweight. Um, this creates pain. Inflammation is not good for your body. And you were born with ways to combat this. So if you understand these things and you can play the game by the rules that are there, you understand them, you can create the outcome. Lifestyle is also very important in this. And you want to create the lifestyle that's able to be followed. That's, again, it can't seem like torture, but you need to create a lifestyle that you're getting a good amount of sleep and you protect your sleep, and it's very important for you to rest and recover, and that's why sleep is very important, good uninterrupted sleep. How do we get to that level? I work with people on this also, but it's clearing the mind so you can get good restful sleep and make it through the night, not getting up every 10 minutes, not laying there for 3 hours, not being able to sleep, but being able to lay down, to fall asleep, to rest and relax, and to recover. It's also, and this is what people don't focus enough on, letting people in your circle know what you're doing, because they're going to be a big part of your support system that keeps you true and accountable to what you're trying to accomplish. You want to have clear, distinct goals, whether it's I want to get in better shape, I want a clearer head, I want more focus, I want to be healthier, I want to lose weight. Remember, there's a path you're setting up, and you need to follow the plan that gets you there and be accountable to that. Everybody thinks they just need to do a couple things. It's kind of weird because everybody thinks, okay, I understand this. I just need to do this. Remember, everybody's an individual. And that's why it's important to build the foundation and set the foundation up. It's almost like a reset for the body, where you get to that level. And if you come to me and say, here's everything that's wrong, and we got like a list of 20 things. And really, if you just sit down and think about it, you've probably got a list of 15 to 20 things. Now, if we build that foundation, if we clean up what you're doing, all of a sudden, maybe that becomes two things that are truly bothering you. Then, if necessary, we can order certain tests or not, but, and find out more distinctly what's going on and address those issues. But we've eliminated these other things that are just really cause and effect of the horrible way you've been treating your body, you've been feeding your body. Everybody wants to say, my body's different. I need the sugar. I need the nicotine. I need this. And it's just not true. It may take you longer to get where you want to get, but you'll get there if you set up the right lifestyle, if you have the right mindset, if you follow the right plan, and if that plan develops with you. Again, not everybody starts at the same point, and we set up your goals very clearly to get you where you want to get. This is very important, and it helps you follow along. You can't make those giant leaps and expect you to follow. That's why we work step by step with an ever-changing plan as your goals constantly move. Or the original plan is, okay, here's your goal. Here's the 10 steps we're going to take to work towards that goal. As we're getting there, we reach it. Sometimes people are like, you know what? I've got a different goal now. Okay, then we adjust the plan, but we're working from a better place to get. And that's the biggest thing. It's when you work from a clean foundation, you can accomplish whatever you want. But it's a matter of getting to that point. And most people don't get there because they don't make it. They want to jump in and do everything. And it's, oh, my friend said just do this, or so-and-so said just do this, or they're just doing this. Maybe that works for them. Maybe it doesn't. But what works for you will be individual to you. And that's what we need to set up. And people ask me all the time about supplementation. That's not something you really need to worry about right off the bat. Just to give you an example, I recommend and I take for myself, besides the protein powder I use in my shake, a good multivitamin, multimineral. And I have the link in my description below this to the company I use for that. And that comes from years of being in the industry and knowing exactly what they put in their supplements. what the supplements do to you, how it improves things, not just the garbage. Most of what you see out there is marketing, and that drives me insane. It's not about really the quality of the product. It's about just them making a dollar. So I only work with the best supplements out there and the best companies. Um, I take a good omega-3, and there's only a few fish oils out there that are any good. And again, I can discuss at length as to why, but just again, I can share this with people, and this is what I use. And that's what I do. The greens in my shake are a good probiotic and a good greens mix. They help keep my gut healthy. And that's gut health is ridiculously important. It leads directly to brain health. But these are things you need to address, and it goes from there, and it's supplements are just that. They're supplements to your diet. Diet is always the first thing, first and foremost in what you do, and we need to address that first. And then where we're missing out, maybe we fortify some things with supplementation. But it shouldn't be if I take these things or I take this shot or I take this pill, this gives me the results I want. That's not how we want to build and attack this. We want to build up the foundation with proper nutrition, really work on movement, and get that as incorporated as part of it, develop the proper mindset, and then really develop that lifestyle with it so we can move forward. And it's following this four-spoked plan, if you will, or this four-point plan. I've been able to develop plans for people over 30 years now for them to be successful. And that's with whatever their goals may be. If we address these things, we can move forward and make the alterations and changes that need to be made for them to keep moving even further forward. I look forward to hearing from you. If you like what you're hearing, you're in the right place. And you want to go further with this, like this video so you'll hear more. Subscribe to this channel so you'll definitely see more. Or contact me, the link's in the description below, if you'd like to work one-on-one and creating a plan for you. Again, I'm Dr. Mike Feulner, and check out my videos as I go more in depth on this.